Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly reading. It is for Aries and it's for the month of July. And I'm going to be using the very cute Vanessa Tarot deck, which comes in this little cute tin. I really love this deck. And I'm going to pull a soul coaching oracle card for you guys because I feel like we need a more healing energy because of all the challenges, all the things that's going on in our lives and in our world. We really need some kind of high vibrational love energy, and so that's why I'm decided to use the soul coaching oracle cards for this month. And so just like usual, I'm going to be starting off with your finances, then moving on to your relationships, then your spiritual cards. And so starting off with Aries, we're going to see what is showing up with your finances. So in the month of July, you have the Three of Wands with the Four of Swords, with the Nine of Cups. I feel like for some of you guys, you're gonna have the opportunity to travel, to yeah, to travel. I think that this will be good for you because I feel like it's heading towards something that you've been really wanting, either a place that you really wanted to visit or a work opportunity that you really wanted to fulfill. But then the Four of Swords being in the middle is kind of saying that you may be tired and quite exhausted at the same time. But I feel even though you're exhausted, it's going to be really good for you, whatever is on the other side of this trip or this journey. It also could be saying even if you're not necessarily going to a different country, you just could be working maybe a further distance away or a different location, like something like that as well. The Three of Swords is the Three of Wands is also about your ship coming in, so something really beneficial coming to you at this time. And I think that is this thing that is beneficial is coming to you because of your own hard work and commitment. And I kind of get the reason the reason that you're tired is because of this hard work. So you really do need to give yourself a break. You Aries, you guys can really be workaholics. Like you can work, 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 work. And so it's kind of saying that yes, your dreams are being fulfilled with all this work that you're doing, but it's kind of saying that you really need to take a break for yourself as well and have some quality time for yourself too. But I think that July is going to be a profitable time for you. So I feel like money situations can go really well. If you've been waiting on some money, some cash to come your way, and it's been delayed, I think it's going to be coming right now. If you've been hoping for some kind of pay increase, that could be coming to you right now. But there's something about what you're desiring is floating its way to you in in July. So that's really good. And I think that you for some of you, you may not even expect this to come through, but but it truly is. And I kind of feel that there could be someone that has really seen your commitment in terms of work situations, and they're rewarding you in some kind of way as well. I think that this person could be a earth sign person too, or again they just have this thing about finances and money surrounding them. So I kind of feel like there could be some good opportunities coming to you from through somebody else um as well. Some of you in July may also have something you want to do, but then you may be you're unsure about whether to go for it. So this might be a month for some of you where things are a bit delayed. Like maybe you spend a long time thinking, should I start my own business? Should I change jobs? Should I go for this, the extra hours at my workplace? Like you may be questioning some things, and because you're questioning it, it might be a bit delayed, because the Four Swords could represent delay as well, like like a time where there is no action. And in both of these cards you can see there's no action. It's more like a waiting situation. So for some of you guys, you could be waiting for a response, waiting for a job offer, waiting for that kind of thing. Or again, maybe you're the one being patient and maybe not wanting to go ahead just yet. But either way, it's saying that it's the way it's going to end is it's going to end being something that you want, or going the way you want it to. So that's really good for you, Aries. Let's see, in terms of those of you that are single, let's see what shows up for you. If you're single, your cards are the Nine of Coins, the Emperor, the Knight of Swords. The Emperor is your energy because the astrological sign that goes with the Emperor is Aries. So it's you. I feel like for some of you guys, the work situations are going to be more in your mind than relationship situations if you're single. I think that you're liking your independence, you're liking your freedom, you're liking being able to shop when you want to shop, do what you want to do, because that's what this card represents. It's like a woman that sort of lives this sort of either life of luxury or life of comfort, and she is kind of the person that will be like, well, I don't really need a man to, buy me stuff. I don't really need a man to do stuff for me. So you could be feeling that way. Even if you're a guy, you could be feeling that way. You could be just liking your own space and being able to come and go as you please. So maybe for some of you, you may have even been in a relationship recently, and like maybe in July, like you're just loving your own space, your own independence, like from somebody else also. And the Emperor has that similar feel to it, because the Emperor, because he is almost like a card that can represent a person that is a leader. There is something about these cards that are more speaking of how you are feeling about yourself at this time versus someone else. So I kind of feel like you are more of the person calling the shots, and you're happy with that. You feel in your in your element in that way, because Aries, you're the first sign, so you represent the self. Like, you're not really a sign that so much represents partnerships. Not to say that you can't get into a partnership, but I kind of feel like there's even more of that kind of more Aries nature coming out in terms of how you feel about you, or almost being selfish to a certain extent. Like, what you want for yourself is more important to you right now versus maybe what somebody else wants for you, or being with somebody else. And I think that that's your driving force. That's what's moving you forward right now. That's what's motivating you right now. And especially because this Knight of Swords is like moving in the dark. Something about that is really sort of standing out to me. So it's almost like there's things that you are wanting and that you're doing for yourself that is really important to you. And you may not be like really getting other people in on this, like on what you're trying to do, or what you're, like, again, I just really feel from these cards that this is more about just you, than really seeing anyone else in that sense. I think if you was to be with somebody at this time, they would definitely have to be a person that is almost like has uh I don't want to say a high status, but it's like they would have to bring to the table more than what you bring to the table. Like, you would only entertain a person that brought to the table more than what you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't bother with them. Like, that's kind of what I see. And I think that that would apply if you're a male or a female. But I think if you're a female, even more so. It's like you would have a higher respect if, depending on either the position that person holds, what they can bring, what they can offer. Um, And that's not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily. um so that's what I feel too. And if you did meet that kind of person, I think that they would be an air sign potentially. So that's a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Actually, this could be an Aquarius, actually, maybe more of an Aquarius kind of energy about it. So yeah, that's what I see if you are single. For those of you that are in relationships, you have the Sun, two, Three of Swords. Oops. Knight. Nine of Swords. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, um, so relationships are difficult. There's issues this month. Because the Sun is starting the reading, it's kind of saying that things were in a good place at one point. Things were in a good place, and I think things moved really fast because it felt right. It felt positive. It felt like a good situation. There was love there. There may have even been like a feeling of even being naive with this card and just rushing into something. But then the Three of Swords is like it's ended in disappointment, or it's feeling, or a sense of feeling disappointed, feeling betrayed, feeling hurt, feeling like and I think the reason why there was a lot of hurt is because you were blindsided in some kind of way. Like, you just, with this Sun energy, you didn't see the hurt at all. Like, it just didn't seem possible at one point for you to foresee that this was going to be the feeling that would later on come down the line. And so for some of you guys, this sense of disappointment may have showed up pretty quickly. Like, maybe you and this person haven't been together for that long, or maybe if you have been together a while, I don't get the feeling that this is like something like 10 years or anything like that. I get the feeling that it's like a shorter space of time. Um, so yeah, there is upsets and disappointments, and there are worries and fears that are had because of it. It's like maybe you're worried about the state of this relationship. Maybe you're worried about how can you get over this feeling of being betrayed, or this feeling of being hurt, or I kind of get this feeling of not being able to believe what a person did or their actions. And like, this card can represent, when you're staying up all night dwelling on worries and fears. So even if this isn't directly coming from your partner, this could be like other situations that are affecting your relationship. Like, I don't know, it could, these worries and fears could be coming from outside. Um, yeah, and it's just like having an impact on your relationship. Looking at it, like, now that I've laid down the cards, I think that, you know what, for some of you guys, it could be feeling like that person went off either with somebody else, or that person like went off into the sunset. Like, that person did something without even considering you, and it was for themselves. And so I almost feel like they went away feeling happy, but you went away feeling upset. So almost like this, even if this isn't necessarily a split, like a proper separation, like maybe your partner went and took a journey, went somewhere like far away by themselves, didn't even tell you about it, or told you at the last minute they just went, and you just didn't know where they were. And then they, contact you from their location, and they're like, oh, I'm at such and such a place. And then that's where the upset comes from, or the betrayal comes from, because you didn't know about it. But I kind of feel like there's something that you didn't know about that they're doing, but again, it means that they're happy, but you're not happy with the situation. So, you're left with the worry. And another thing is as well, which just came to me just now, is it could be that maybe this person is irresponsible in some kind of way. Like, maybe they did something They didn't think about the consequences. To them it turned out okay, but you're more worried because you're the more responsible one, and you're thinking, well, how could you have done that? Like, now you've left it to me to sort out, and I don't know how I'm gonna sort it out. Like, how could you leave me in the lurch like that, in that kind of way, or make me responsible for this when you know that you are responsible for it? So, or were responsible for it together, and they didn't play their part. So that's kind of what I see as well. So that's the relationship cards. For those of you, I always do that. I never learn. Anyway, we've moved on to the spiritual cards now. So your spiritual cards, Aries. Your first spiritual card is the Knight of Cups with the Ace of Wands with the Universe. So that's a really nice one to end on in terms of the tarot cards, because your spiritual cards, they look really good. Basically, I see good news coming to you in terms of travel. So for some reason, like, I've just been getting travel quite a bit in your cards. So I think that July is a really good time for you to take a trip if you haven't booked one already. Because it is the universe, this could be long distance travel. If this isn't like you literally physically going to another location or going to another place, this might be a good time for you to study. This could be a good time for you to even learn about different cultures and different people, or be around people of different cultures and lifestyles and stuff as well. I feel that again, like, these kind of opportunities can represent you growing and expanding and learning something. So I don't know if for some of you guys, if you've been doing a course, you might get some really good news back that you've either passed or like you've done really well. So it could be that as well. But I see that there's gonna be news that is really gonna make you feel good, really gonna make you feel happy about things. And but I feel that this news is more to do with something that you feel passionate about, or is to do with something that you've been just really, really wanting. So I feel like this message is even connecting with some of your finances cards as well. So I think there could be good things in terms of finances for you this week, this month. If I was to look at your cards in a strictly like just spiritual kind of way, nothing else, I kind of see that for you, the universe is talking about lessons being learned at this time. And even if though there are challenging lessons, it's kind of saying you have to focus more on the positive side of things, focus more on that kind of fiery energy that you have. But we're talking about pure fire energy, so we're talking about very high vibrational energy. So it's telling you to sort of connect with that high vibration, connect with that feeling of optimism and positivity, and you'll be able to get through a lot of the things. You'll be able to overcome a lot of what you're experiencing right now. And always keep love in your heart, like keep love like being what you want to communicate to others. Sometimes that can be a difficult thing when people either haven't been loving towards you or haven't been all that nice. But then at the same time, that's also about being the bigger person. And I think the more we grow spiritually, the more we are able to even have a feeling of love, even for those that aren't the nicest of people. And that's a difficult lesson. It's a very tough lesson, but it's one that we can come to understand and become more of, to demonstrate that more, that practice of understanding unconditional love. And even if we can't reach the point of where we can literally love people unconditionally, we can still improve in that aspect of our lives by just not holding on so much to resentment, and just coming from a place of understanding for other people. So that's what I see in terms of your spiritual card. So let's see what shows up with your Soul Coaching Oracle card. Aries is awakening. I like that one. And like I'm saying to all the other signs, like these cards, when I use them in private readings, because I use them a lot because I've had this deck for a long time, and I usually use the message at the bottom as an affirmation for that person. And so this message you can definitely use as an affirmation for yourself, especially when you're going through really difficult times in the month of July. It says, I am joyously awake and aware. I'm ready for anything. And so that's why I really get the feeling of adventure coming to you in July. I really feel that for you, Aries. I feel like there is a sense of freedom that you're going to feel in new environments, new places, and fresh experiences. And I think that you need to experience freedom in a on a greater level than you have. And awakening is basically saying that you're going to come to a greater level of understanding. So your spiritual lessons that you're going to be learning in the month of July is going to be opening up your eyes. You are going to be learning something very significant. And being awake and aware is what we learn as we become more in tune with that kind of universal spiritual energy. And so being ready for anything means that you're prepared for even the difficult times. You're prepared for even the tough experiences, because it's almost like you know what you can depend on, what you can fall back on, even when you're going through the most challenging times of your life. And the one thing you can always help you to pick yourself up out of it is, if you have a strong spiritual practice, is that you can fall back on that practice. You can fall back on certain books that uplift you, spiritual teachers that uplift you, people and places that make you feel good, that bring you up, that make you feel alive again. And so I feel like you need an experience in July that makes you feel that sense of being alive. So that's for you, Aries. So peace and many blessings to you. I'll be seeing you. Bye.